I got them right before the show. Thank you very much. Very cool. Somebody brought Chico's tacos too. I thought that was great. Now, you guys here know what I'm talking about, but everybody that's watching at home, they're like, Chico's tacos? Oh, what the hell's that? It's an El Paso tradition. If you come to El Paso, just know that that's right here. That's the tradition in El Paso. I ran into people in other places like Chicago and New York. I'm like, where are you from? El Paso. And I say, Chico's tacos. And they're like, oh. Like, wow, yeah, that's hardcore. It is the craziest food I've ever tried, you guys. Craziest ever. Reason is, they give you these little taquitos, and there's like a sauce, and you pour it, and like the taquitos float, and then it absorbs. And I never thought I'd see the day where I could drink a taco. Yeah. And you gotta have that at the end of the night. Don't try to freaking plan out events after going, They'll say, oh, we're going to eat at Chico's and then go to the movies. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You'll be sitting there like, hey, this is a good movie, huh? This is the one where Nicolas Cage comes out and... Anyway, he plays the bad guy in this movie and it turns out really good. Then all of a sudden... You're running by people. They're like... Chicos. El Paso tradition. You know what's funny? Is that a year from now, there'll be people watching this all over the world. Just like the first DVDs in Canada, Australia, and Europe, this DVD will wind up somewhere in Australia, and there'll be people in Australia going, what the hell's Chico's? Crikey, we gotta go. We gotta see Chico's. You watch. People freaking out. I say, we must go try Chico's. It sounds splendid. Yes, it does. Drink a taco. I never thought I'd see the day. I'm going to try it. El Paso it is. Oh, man. But no, I got Chico's tacos and cakes. One night at one show, I received 11 chocolate cakes. And it was local, so I took them home. And that is an argument that nobody in this building has ever had at 3 o'clock in the morning. Because you don't just walk into the house with 11 cakes. You make some noise, And I walk in with the last 2 cakes, and my girlfriend's in the kitchen, and she's like, what the hell is this? I'm trying to be cute. It's a bakery. I made the news recently. Without giving too much away, there's an episode of Family Feud coming out very soon that I'm going to be on. It is the celebrity edition, so it's Fluffy and Fluffy's family versus Fat Joe and his family. So yeah, it's Fat Joe versus Fluffy because apparently the producers have a great sense of humor. Anyway, long story short, I flew in some family from the East Coast to be on the show with me. The show went over very well. You'll find out who wins later. Here's the deal. The next day, my sister, who was one of the people I flew in, she hadn't been in California in forever, and she was like, can we go to Disneyland? And I'm like, sure, let's go. So it was her and her husband, Gordy, and I took them to Disney. And we get on a couple of rides, and just so we're clear, that's not what made the news. I said that last night and someone was like, oh, 'cause he fit. No. Some people, right? Yeah. We get on the Cars ride at California Adventure. And halfway through the Cars ride, the car stops on the track. And my sister looked at me, she goes, is this supposed to happen? I go, no, the check cleared. We're supposed to finish. This is, we paid. It's supposed to work. No, this... It took the Disney people about 20 minutes to come get us and take us out of the car. So we're sitting there outside in the sun for 20 minutes. I had no problem with that because I am mocha.
I'm okay in the sun for 20 minutes. My sister, she's twice as dark as me. She's like freaking, Apache. She's, freaking Azteca. Just, Her husband, on the other hand, he's from Minnesota. He almost died. Oh, don't you know? Yeah, so while we're sitting there in the car, waiting for the Disney people to come take us out of the car, the people waiting in line realize that the ride has been shut down. And so from the ride, you can see the line. People see the car on the track, and then they see who's in the car. And all of a sudden, cell phones start coming out. And by the time we left Disney, TMZ had already reported the story. And you can Google this, okay? TMZ reported the story. Before we left the park, it said, Fluffy stuck on LA freeway at Disney. I thought it was cute. I thought it was silly. I thought it was funny. I thought it was okay. Until I read the comments. Oh, some of you are dicks. One lady wrote, just because you're tall enough to ride doesn't mean you're small enough to fit. A guy wrote, the car got tired. Another guy wrote, you're Mexican, couldn't you fix it? And that was Martin, yeah. So, anyway, so the time before that, we made world news. Some of you might remember this story. The guys and I were involved in an emergency landing situation. I had chartered a private jet because my last Netflix special, the money finally hit my account, and I thought I was balling, right? Nope, turns out we were falling. Worst turbulence we have ever experienced in 27 years of being comedians. Worst turbulence I ever felt, for sure. At one point, the jet did this. I did this. The scariest part was watching my dogs leave the seat. Fortunately, we landed safely. We were okay. That's not what made the news. What made the news is that when we came in for the landing, the jet touched down and then it skid off the runway by 200 yards. And we ended up in a field. A field. A field. Are you kidding me? As hard as I work. To break stereotypes. A bunch of Mexicans ended up in a field. Yeah, that's what happened. That's how TMZ reported it. Mexicans found in field. In the movies, the pilots are always the first to know when there's an issue. And in the movies, the pilots always have the courtesy of telling the passengers. They love to hear themselves talk. They get on the mic.
All right, sir, Captain Speaker here. I just want to let you know we're going to be experiencing just a little bit of rough air. If you could just fasten your seatbelts, we're going to be A-okay. All right, I'll be right here with just a minute.
If it gets bumpy,
All right, hey, everybody, it's your Captain Speaker here. Somebody just had a little Mexican food here, so yeah. We're feeling a little bumpy up here. Yeah, we just had some fast food. But if you could, just a reminder to keep your seatbelts fastened. We might be getting a little bit... Oh, there we go, just a little bit there. All right, I'll be back with you in just a few seconds.
If the plane's going down,
brace for impact. Hold on tight. We're coming in hot.
Our pilot, nada. Our pilot didn't say anything until we came to like a complete stop. And then maybe like a minute later, the cockpit door opened up and he stuck his head in and he's like, "You good?" I was like, my chihuahua's in a cup holder. I am not good. It was a scary situation, you guys. But let me tell you, even though we were involved in an emergency landing and we thought we were gonna die, I'm grateful for the experience, believe it or not. I'm grateful because it reminded me how valuable life is and how quickly things can change. Every now and then we need a little reminder. We need to get shaken up a little to remind ourselves, oh my God, this is special, this is important. Enjoy it, have fun. The rest of the day after the landing, there was nothing anybody could tell me to ruin how good I felt to just be breathing and be alive. Nothing. And so that's why I'm grateful for bad moments. And I think bad moments are actually a good thing because we need balance in life. You need to have bad experiences in order to truly appreciate good experiences. Not every day can be the same. And you need to have a way to balance. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes there's too many bad days in a row, and that shit sucks. This person paid to get into my dressing room. Okay? Yeah, he didn't pay me, by the way. He didn't pay me. I'm an honest hoe. Okay? I made no money that day, all right? Yeah, if I would have gotten paid, you wouldn't be hearing this story. Here's the thing. I walk into my dressing room from the bathroom. I just finished showering up, and I'm in a towel. I walk into the room, come to find out later that this man was a very wealthy businessman in the community, okay? And when I walked into the room, he's wearing a very, very nice suit. So when I saw the suit, I didn't give it a second thought because he looked professional. I thought maybe he was the general manager of the building, one of the concert promoters. He could have been someone's agent. So when I walked in the room in my towel, like, can I help you? He looks at me, and it was the most uncomfortable conversation I have ever had. He looks at me and says, listen. I am not here to waste any of your time. Fluffy, I am prepared to take care of you. I will give you a new Lexus and an allowance that's more than what you make as a comedian. Leave with me. I was never more disgusted and offended at the fact that I was not gay. Because finally, somebody wants to take care of me. Do you know how many people I take care of? No one's ever offered me a Lexus, and they should. I felt horrible saying no to this guy. I still think about it. I still have the number. Houston, I'm gonna tell you something, and I don't know how this is gonna go over, but I'm gonna say it. I would be an amazing gay partner. I would, all the way up until that one part, but even then. Have you ever driven a Lexus? Those are nice. Sometimes you gotta take one for your own team. I'm just saying. Now, in all seriousness, not to be funny, not to be disrespectful, let me tell you the reason why I would be an amazing gay partner. The level of communication between two men is so high, I might actually get an answer. There might be clarity and understanding. I might hear a yes, I might hear a no.
Do you know how many relationships I have been in where I still don't know the outcome to certain conversations? Very simple yes or no questions. That's what I would do. Something as simple as, baby, you hungry? Well, I haven't eaten yet, so I probably should eat something, but I'm not feeling it right now. But if I don't eat right now, you know how I'm gonna get later. So I guess it's probably a good idea if I start eating right now. But it really depends on the options. What do you think? Ah! What about this one? Baby, where would you like to eat? You hear all the guys? Yeah. Finally! I'm not alone! Everybody's pointing at somebody right now. Guys, am I right? This has to be, you would think that this is the safest question in the world to ask, but it's not. Well, just pick something. You know me, I'm go with the flow. Whatever you decide is okay with me. You know me already, just pick something. All right, we're going to Burger King. I don't like Burger King. Why do we gotta go to Burger King? Burger King gives me chorro. Chorro is Mexican diarrhea. How about this one? How do you feel? Really? Really? You want to know how I feel? Well, you know, maybe if you'd pay attention from time to time, you might know how I feel. You might not need to have to ask me such a question because you would already know exactly how I feel. The amount of time and energy I've exhausted to let you know how I feel, and you have the nerve to ask me, how do you feel? Now imagine the exact same conversation between me and Mr. Lexus. Do you know how efficient that conversation would be? Hey, bro, you hungry? Thought you'd never ask. What do you want to eat? Whatever you want to eat. We're going to Burger King. I love Whoppers. Me too. We go to Burger King and we tear it up. We get back home and I ask him, hey, how do you feel? Horny. Me too. How do you want to do this? Heads or tails? It would be efficient. Well, yeah, a lot of things are going on. In the house here tonight, you guys, I'm very happy she was able to make it. A lot has been going on. My mom, once again, here at my special, is in here. Where you at, Ma? I know you're out here. Oh, there she is. Ándale. She almost didn't make it here tonight, you guys. Almost. A month ago, my mom got admitted to the hospital. She got a little sick. Somebody forgot to take their medication. I don't need it. ¿Pa qué? ¿Pa qué necesito? Ay. Yeah, Remember that? Remember that, right? Anyway, Ma. Sorry, I have to throw it at her so she makes sure she takes her medicine. Gotta give my little shout outs right now. Right here in the front row, you guys, if anybody saw my last DVD in the bonus features, this gentleman right here, Fred Franco, has attended over 250 of my shows. Over 250 of my shows. In about 5 or 6 different states. At first, my girlfriend was like, psycho! But he's not. He's cool. We've hung out with him. He's one of the greatest fans ever. And so I have to give him his props. You know, he took some time off of work to come out here. So thank you, Freddie. Man. Cabrón, you're die hard. Please don't ever turn psycho, please. Because I have some psychos out there. They'll show up and they'll hang out by the car. Gabriel. It's funny because this is my third special. In the last special that I did a bunch of references to police officers. And they weren't exactly flattering references or jokes. You know, I was just kind of like saying, you know, the whole donut thing. And apparently, they became fans in some weird way because I started getting phone calls to do police functions. In December, I had 5 Christmas parties. I get a phone call from my agent, and he's like, Gabe, check it out. CHP, California Highway Patrol, wants to hire you to do a show. I go, really? What does it pay? They want you to donate your time. I think I'm busy. They told me to let you know you have a warrant in the city of Fresno, California. I'm like, oh, they're good. So I did the show, and I'm going to tell you guys right now. It was one of the scariest shows I ever did. A room full of nothing but cops. Everybody's drinking a lot. And I'm scared because if they get ghetto, who do I call? You know, I got to go out in the parking lot and find some gang member. Hey, back me up. So the show went good. It went so good that they asked me to do another show in California, in San Diego, for the California Highway Patrol Border Division. And I tried to make up an excuse that my car wasn't working right. They said, no worries, we understand. They sent a patrol car to my house with a freaking uniformed officer. And I was like, oh my God. Best part was I didn't tell my family he was coming. Oh yeah, sometimes you have to create your own entertainment. It was hysterical. 5 o'clock rolled around. I'm like, he should be here any minute. Sure enough. Frankie! Frankie, can you get the door, please? Okay, Gabriel. So he goes to the door, comes back, and he's got like, he's like, Gabriel, the police are here. Why are you whispering? Because something's going to happen. When he said that, I'm like, oh, I got to freaking let him have it now, right? I said, oh my God, Frankie, they found me. What do you mean, Gabriel? I got to go, Frankie. I got to go take care of your mom for me, okay? I love you. No! I gotta go, Frankie. And I saw the officer. I said, pretend you're arresting me. I want to freak out my kid. No problem. Turn around and put your hands behind your back. I can't reach. Just hold my hand. Walk me to the car. Just walk me to the car. Come on, just walk me to the car. He doesn't know the difference, dude. Just walk me to the freaking car. Come on. I get to the cop car. He throws me in the back seat, right, and slams the door. And I ask him, is it okay if I yell out the window to freak out my kid? You want to use the microphone? Yeah! Freaking... Here you go, sir. And he hands me the microphone, and I said,
Frankie, this is the police. We have your father. We're coming back for you in 1 hour. Do your homework.
1 minute later, my girlfriend calls me. You're an ass! What's he doing? He's doing his homework. That's called parenting, baby. He got even with me, though. He totally got even with me. I walked in the kitchen one morning. He's sitting there, and he looks at me, and he goes, Gabriel, I have a question for you. What's a hooker? What did you say? What's a hooker? Where did you hear that? I was watching HBO, and there was a commercial for a show called Hookers at the Point. It said, this Saturday at 11:30, check out all the hookers. What's that mean? Oh, that means we're going out Saturday. What's a hooker? Let it go, dude. Tell me. You don't need to know. Tell me. Frankie, that's for adults. You said it was an adult. I said you eat like an adult. And what you do in the bathroom, you are grown up, trust me, but you don't need to know what a hooker is. He throws a fit in the kitchen. Hooker, 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 hooker. What are you doing? Hooker. He won't stop. I don't know what to do. So I snapped. Quit it! And he stopped. And apparently his mom heard that. And as soon as I yelled, oh my God, he went from being my son to my girlfriend's little cub once again. And here she comes from the other side of the house, mama lion to protect her little, hi, ya hey, baba me, mama. I can see her coming. Oh my God, he wants to know what a hooker is. And that's why you're yelling? Tears, right? You said if he had any questions, he could come to you. I didn't know he was going to ask me that. You said, don't worry, baby. I'm the man. I'll take care of it. Tell him. Are you serious? Tell him now. Frankie, you want to know what a hooker is? Yeah. Those are your mom's friends. They don't like me anyway. At least now when they come over the house, Frankie, who's at the door? Hookers are here. My buddies are like, what did he say? Happy birthday. Oh my God. Noticing we got a soldier in the front row, man. How you doing, bro? U.S. Army? Thanks for coming, man. What's your name? I can see, yeah, I can read the last name, Fuentes, but what's your name? What's that? Ricardo. You're in El Paso. Ricardo, cabrón. Save Ricardo for over there, okay? Aquí, Ricardo, chingada. I want you to sound like you're in one of those novelas. Who is it? It's Ricardo. Did you bring a pistola? Sorry, man, I'm just giving you a tough time, man. But thank you for coming, man. Thank you for what you do. Seriously, bro.
Biggest part of my life came, and the biggest change was my daughter. Know this about all you women here right now. Your daddies love you. When my daughter was born, I don't think I've ever loved something that much, that precious, that comes out and they give her to you. And at that moment, it changed my life. She was in a pink blanket, she's staring at me, and she's smiling. And I was like, oh my God, this is great, man. And I talked to her, I said, you know what, you're gonna be better than me. And you're going to college, man. And you're going to make sure that you're going to be a great student. And you're never going to show your boobies on the internet, ever. Little girls are drama. From the time you're born, ladies, to the time you die, know this, gentlemen, they are nothing but drama. My daughter has a bad day at school. It's like watching a bad Shakespeare play. Oh, Father! The children torment me so, Father! I don't know. Her hearing has changed as she became a teenager. She's 16 now. I can't tell her anything. Hey, you clean your room? I'm not fat! Because that's what a little girl's supposed to do. I noticed that, and they're supposed to embarrass their fathers. That's what they do. That's what the best part of them do. I'm at the zoo. She's 5 years old. We're at the zoo. How can you be embarrassed at the zoo, man? There's monkey crap, elephant crap all around. And my daughter goes, Daddy, I gotta go potty. I go, you have to go with me in the men's bathroom because there might be bad people here. She goes, no, Daddy, I'm a big girl. I go by myself. First of all, you don't ever yell at Daddy. You got that? Come here right now. Come here. And I took her to the men's bathroom. You know what they heard in the men's bathroom? A little girl at the top of her lungs going, no, I can take off my own panties. Like, shut up. Leave my panties alone.